Okay, so this is how we're going to install the 1987 code onto your Stern pinball machine, whether it's a Pro, Premium, or LE. So the first thing you're going to want to do is, with the link that was provided in the Pinside forum post, you will go ahead and download the raw image file. It's a Google Drive link, and once you download it, it'll be placed into wherever your downloads go. The second thing you need to download is Pinball Browser in order to write the image to an SD card. Pinball Browser is provided on Pinside. For what we're going to be doing today, you don't need to have a license, so you can just download this for free in order to write it to the SD card. I've tried using things like Etcher or other image writers, and I found that it just doesn't work most of the time, unfortunately. So this I know works for me 100% of the time. So find this link. It's under the forum. Just look for the topic Pinball-Browser. Within Oga's 83's first post, you can see that you can download his latest version. It might be different now. Once you download it, it gives you this zip file. So once we have that, we're going to extract it. And once that's extracted, just put it in the same directory. We're going to have our pin browser executable here. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to run this in administrator mode because we're going to be writing to the SD card. If you forget to do that when you go to write it, it's just going to ask you to run it in administrator mode anyway. So go ahead and run in administrator mode. Okay, so it's going to ask if you'd like to donate. Since this is a fresh copy, it doesn't have my registry information. I've already registered for this, but if you'd like to donate, you can do that there. Otherwise, X out of that. So now we're going to go into this Smart DMD tab here, and we are going to be writing our raw image file here. Now you'll notice, at least in this version, it only sees .image files. And we have a raw image file. So I did issue a bug out to Oga, and maybe by now he's fixed that, but in case he hasn't, what we're going to do is we need to grab the path of this file. So copy this, and then put a / in, and copy all of this. Find your drive. In my case, my L drive through my P drive are all mapped to my my SD card writer. I just select L. That's the first drive. I'm going to write to it. It says you're about to write an image to physical disk. This can corrupt the device. Do you want to continue? Yes. So now we get this little processing pop-up that comes here. And this will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes. My computer's only USB 2.0, so yours may be faster if you got at least USB 3.0. But while that's working, it's magic. Your next question may be, okay, well, what SD card writer and SD card do you recommend? And here we go. I've got this Anker 2-in-1 USB 3.0 SD card reader. It says it's just a reader, but it's actually a reader and a writer. So this works pretty well for me. You put the SD card right in that slot. And then the SD card that I use is this SanDisk 16 gigabyte class 10 SD card. And the important thing here is that it needs to be 16 gigs. 8 gig will not work. It won't have enough space. And class 10 is important. That just has to do with the reading speed. Which is at least class 10 is required in order to operate in your pinball machine. So while this is running, we basically just have to wait around. But when it's finally done, what's going to happen is you're going to see this drive will be called, I think it's Stern Boot or Boot Stern. Then when it's done writing, we are going to right-click and press eject. I'm not going to do that while it's writing, so we'll go ahead and wait for that, and after some editing, I'll see you in a second. Okay, so we're catching this on the tail end of finishing the write, so you can see it claimed back control over this, and we look over here in my computer, we can see that it now has Boot Stern. The reason this is not the full size of the disk is that this is just one of the virtual drives that it's mapping onto the disk, but rest assured that this is how it should look. So once you get that, right click, eject. Okay, so now it says it can be safely removed. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull this card out of this drive. I'm not going to pull this drive out of the computer. I'm just going to pull this out. So now I have it in my hand, and now I'm ready to go plug it into my pinball machine, and that's it. You can find the spot to put it in the pinball machine is behind the back glass in the very top area. Basically, the disc just that's in there will be your original card with the original software. Push down on it and it will spring out, and you can put that in your coin box or keep it safe somewhere. And then you can slot this one in the exact same way that the other one was. And that's it. Enjoy.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power. They're the world's most fearsome fighting team.
We're really hip.
They're heroes in the half shell. And they're green.
Hey, get a grip.
When the evil Shredder attacks, these turtle boys don't cut them no slack. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Splinter taught them to be ninja teens.
He's a radical rat.
Leonardo leads, Donatello does machines.
That's a fact, Jack.
Raphael is cool but rude.
Give me a break.
Michelangelo is a party dude. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Heroes in a half shell. Turtle power.
Choose your turtle. Michelangelo. Donatello chosen. Good concentration, Donatello.